The first name will be Annie Brown, then John Lorsdorfer, and then Holly Anderson. And if I call your name and you'd like to not speak, just wave your hand and just say, I pass.
I'm Annie Brown, 114 Michigan Avenue, and I'm one of the candidates running for mayor. Tonight, you're going to hear the sound of privilege from this microphone. You're going to hear the opinions of white people who drive cars that cost more than my first home in South Haven did. You're going to hear from people whose biggest problem is that more rich people are renting the house next to them. But you're not going to hear from the waitresses and bartenders who are still working tonight at Clementine's. You're not going to hear from the cook who is renting a rundown 2-bedroom basement apartment with his wife and 2 kids. Our hospitality workers and downtown businesses are some of the people who benefit from the $53 million generated by short-term rentals. Yes, short-term rentals come with problems in some blocks of some neighborhoods, and I support continuing the cap on them. And I, like raising teenagers, I support rules and regulations. I'm all about neighborhoods. For half of a century, I have lived within walking distance of a post office, and that's my deal breaker. Today, on the 2 blocks of Michigan where I live across from the American Legion, there are a biracial family with a daughter who has disabilities. They own a short-term rental. Next door is a man who survived cancer. He owns a short-term rental. At the end of the block is a black family who uses Van Buren County Public Transit to go to work and to go to Meyer. All are welcome in my neighborhood.
Thank you, Annie. That's your time.
Does that make sense to the 6 of you? Yes, sir.
Yeah, I want to stick to your rules, but I have to make one comment.
Please do.
I'm sorry, but you said listening. One of the things all of us in this room know is that the city is split somewhat. We have the short-term rental supporters and those that are not. What I don't want to see, and what I heard tonight, was a mayoral candidate talk about splitting this town because of race and wealth. I am shocked by that. I got to tell you, this town, I've never lived in a town where the different races get along so well. And to suggest, because I'm another mayoral candidate, that I have any problems with race. I was a big brother to a black kid. I still see him. I supported the black, but I'm not here to justify that. But I just think it's a cheap shot because you can stand up and do that. The second thing is wealth. If you think for 1 second I am going to apologize because I had no money growing up, I slept in a car 2 nights during college, and I finally picked myself up, got college, paid my way through, and had a successful business. And I think the people in this room want to support someone that is a successful business person, started with nothing and made something of himself. And to sit there and suggest that I am less and less capable because I have a nice car or a nice home, shame on you, Annie Brown. And I will not sit here and tolerate. The rest of the night, I won't suggest anything else, but she has done it before, and I just think
this
it's
is a
unfair.
good time
to cast an aspersion
Councilmember
on
Reeser,
the whole table.
I think now
That's
is a
it.
good time to kind of reset the conversation. We have several topics we have to get to tonight.
Okay, I'm done.
And
I had to
before
say
Mark
that.
goes into
I have
the
the right
7
to defend
topics,
myself.
before Mark goes into these 7 topics, I wanted to